Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Hi everybody, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of Introducing Margot Robbie. And the vocabulary words are abandon.
Abandon.
Jenny adopted a dog that had been abandoned by its previous owner.
Good for Jenny. Multiple.
Multiple.
Tanya suffered multiple injuries in the accident.
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
The test flight of the aircraft ended in tragedy.
Representation.
Representation.
This course will examine the representation of East Asians in Western media.
Interesting. We're still talking about this beautiful, talented actress, Margot Robbie.
Yes,
right?
and I think she represents women very well in Hollywood.
Because of all the movies that she's been in.
Yeah.
You know, did you know that she grew up on a farm in Queensland, Australia?
Yeah.
And her father abandoned the family, so her mom had to raise her and her siblings ever since they were really young. So she went to drama school because she had this like huge passion for acting. And
So she started from very humble beginnings.
Exactly, very humble beginnings. And I remember she was very persistent. You know, she went for different auditions to get a role in the TV series, and then they said no, 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 and she kept on calling back.
Wouldn't take no for an answer.
That's right. She never gave up. And finally, she got the role. Guess what? 3 years later, she was in Hollywood.
Yeah, and now everybody in the world knows who she is.
Exactly.
So we talked about I, Tonya.
I, Tonya,
right?
yes.
And we talked about the Suicide Squad. And then she plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Right? And there's even a movie just about Harley Quinn.
Ah, that's coming out.
Yeah, so I really want to see that movie.
Same here.
And I'm so excited to have such a great actress that is making so many interesting movies. Like, I look forward to any movie that she's going to be in.
Exactly, because every role is just so different. Okay, let's learn more about Margot Robbie.
Enjoy.
Introducing Margot Robbie.
Growing up, Margot Robbie knew she had to fight her way to the top. She was born on a farm in Queensland, Australia, and her father abandoned the family when Robbie was little, leaving her mother to raise her and her 3 siblings. While studying drama in high school, Robbie held 3 jobs to help make ends meet. Later, she got a role in a popular Australian TV soap opera after calling the company multiple times and refusing to take no for an answer. 3 years later, she left the show for Hollywood.
Today's lesson is called Introducing Margot Robbie, Part 2.
She's still not here, is she?
Still not here, but we are going to introduce you to her through our lesson. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
That's right. I'm Mike. It's day 2, part 2 of our profile, our biography of Margot Robbie. She is not here today. But we are learning about her and her amazing career. She's only 29, but she's already, of course, a well-known actress in Hollywood, right? Wolf of Wall Street, Suicide Squad, I, Tonya. But she's also a very influential or important person in Hollywood. And not just because she's a beautiful actress, but because she is a producer with her own production company. She and I guess probably partners in the company. She probably works with other people. They make movies, and movies that maybe Margot Robbie is not even in.
There you go. She is talented and also quite influential.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, let's learn about where Margot Robbie came from. Let's learn her story a little bit. Growing up there in Australia. Growing up, Margot Robbie knew she had to fight her way to the top.
Oh, absolutely. She was born on a farm in Queensland, Australia, and her father abandoned the family when Robbie was little, leaving her mother to raise her and her 3 siblings. This is like something from a bad fairy tale, but it's a real life, and this is a terrible thing to happen in a story, but especially in a person's real life. She was abandoned. She and her brothers and sisters and mother were all abandoned by her father. Not a nice guy. If you abandon something, you basically leave it there and go away and don't come back. You don't have a plan to come back, you don't want to come back, and you're never going to come back. You might abandon something by the side of the road that's broken. Like if your bicycle's broken, you might just, I'll just leave it there and I'll go buy a new bicycle or something like that. That might be okay, but abandoning people or a pet or a friend or, something like that is a terrible thing to do. So generally we abandon things when we have no more use for them, but of course doing this to people or living things
in your family
is terrible. Yes, absolutely. Jenny, for example, Jenny is not terrible. Jenny adopted a dog that had been abandoned by its previous owner. Maybe she found the dog by the side of the road.
There
or
you
something.
go. So that previous
So the
owner
father
is
was
the bad guy.
unhappy, he met another woman, whatever. He just left the family.
He's the bad guy. He abandoned his family. How terrible. Anyways, forget about this guy. Let's talk some more about Margot Robbie.
Okay.
While studying drama in high school, Robbie held 3 jobs to help make ends meet. There you go. She wanted to make sure that she and her family had enough money so that they could make ends meet. So she took on 3, count 'em, 3 jobs while also studying drama in high school.
Later, she got a role in a popular Australian TV soap opera after calling the company multiple times and refusing to take no for an answer. So she did actually become an actress. She got a role or part or a job on a TV show, a TV soap opera, and she called the company many times. I want a job. I want a job. I'm really good. You got to hire me. I'm betting it's either Neighbours or Home and Away, which are the 2 big Australian soap operas that everybody's been on, from Kylie Minogue to the Hemsworths and everyone in between.
There you go.
Yep.
Anyways, here we have the adjective multiple to talk about. The adjective multiple means many, numerous. That's all there is to it. Basically, Margot Robbie called this soap opera, or this station, I should say. She wanted a place on the soap opera, so she called over and over again. She called multiple times. For example, Tanya suffered multiple injuries in the accident. She got hurt many times. Now, 3 years later, we learn Margot Robbie left the show. Yeah, 3 years later, she left the show for Hollywood. So there you go. She kind of made it big in Australia, and she thought, okay, next, it's time to go to Hollywood. All right, folks, with that, it's time to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。Margot Robbie 是当今好莱坞最优秀的女演员之一，她才29岁就已经演过20几部电影嘞，像在《华尔街之狼》、《自杀突击队》还有《老娘叫谭雅》这些电影当中，你都可以看到她精湛的演出。Mike 老师开玩笑说啊，可惜我们预算不够，没有办法请她本人来上节目，只能用这2天的课文帮她做一些简介。好，老师用到 profile 这个字就可以指速写简介，它是拼作 PROFILE。Profile 就可以表达人或是事物的速写简介。好，课文提到说 Margot Robbie 出生在澳洲昆士兰省的一个农场。那在他还小的时候，父亲就抛下家庭，留下母亲抚养他和3个兄弟姐妹。好 ，Margot Robbie 在中学念戏剧的时候呢，她有兼了3份差来勉强维持生计。后来她在一部广受欢迎的澳洲电视肥皂剧当中获得一角。这个角色不是轻易得来的哦，他可是打了很多通电话给那间公司，努力不懈，或者是说死缠烂打才熬到这个角色的。3年后，他离开了那个节目，前往好莱坞。好，这边用到2个单字 ，abandon 表示放弃，它是当动词用。那么 multiple 是形容词，形容多个的，或是多次的，或是多重的。补充单字 sibling 表示兄弟姐妹。接话课文中。
Introducing Margot Robbie.
Besides acting, Robbie has done notable work in film production. With I, Tonya under her belt, Robbie took on new projects such as Birds of Prey, featuring Harley Quinn and Promising Young Woman, about a tragedy-stricken, vengeance-seeking young woman.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about Margot Robbie's film production company. Yes, she is involved in the making of movies and film production. Yeah, besides acting, Robbie has done notable work in film production.
That's right. We mentioned I, Tonya, and we refer to that first, but there are a few others. It says, with I, Tonya under her belt, Robbie took on new projects such as Birds of Prey, featuring Harley Quinn, and Promising Young Woman, about a tragedy-stricken, vengeance-seeking young woman. Wow, that sounds heavy and very interesting.
A lot of revenge there, gosh.
So there you go. These are movies that maybe she's not in all of them, but her company is making them, they're producing them. We mentioned I, Tonya. When we say something is under your belt, we say that's in your past. That's basically experience you already have. So you might say, oh, I'm ready to go to medical school. I have 2 years of volunteering at the hospital under my belt. I've already done that. It's my experience. It's helped me. Now I'm ready for the next step. And for her, the next step were these other movies, Birds of Prey and Promising Young Woman, about a very interesting character, a tragedy-stricken, vengeance-seeking young woman. Sounds like the beginning of a great story because something terrible happened to this woman, but now she's going to get revenge against the people who did bad things to her. But the first thing was the bad thing. A tragedy is a bad thing. It's a terrible, sad event. It could be a big thing like a plane crash or people getting hurt in a fire, or it could be a personal tragedy, you know, losing your grandparents or losing your beloved pet or something like that. That can be a personal tragedy that only affects you, but it's terrible, it's sad, it's something you don't want to have happen, and it's something that you'll have to take some time to get over, to feel better after, because it's a big, bad thing. For example, the test flight of the aircraft ended in tragedy.
It crashed. And
I imagine the pilot probably died too.
Ooh, what a tragedy.
That is a sad, terrible thing.
All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
我们在第一天的课文有读到 Margot Robbie 她有创立自己的制作公司，她在电影制作方面其实做得有声有色。她除了参与制作《老娘叫谭雅》这部电影，然后还有接下新的电影企划，像是以小丑女为主角的《猛禽小队：小丑女大解放》这一部，还有呢《Promising Young Woman》这部片则是关于一位遭遇不幸而寻求复仇的这个年轻女子。好，那我们来看单字 tragedy。Tragedy 就表示不幸或是悲剧。那补充单字 notable 是形容著名的或是显著的。vengeance 这个名词则是指复仇报仇。好，那么课文还有用到 with something under one's belt， 也可以说 have something under one's belt。这个用语是指说完成某事物或是取得怎么样的成就之类的。好，接回到课文中。
Introducing Margot Robbie.
It's not surprising that female characters are the focus of these films. Speaking publicly, Robbie pointed out that many women in Hollywood have to struggle for the right to earn a living and the right to be heard. Through acting and film production, Robbie gives women stronger representation in the movie business, and that's certainly a welcome contribution.
Now we're going through this list of movies from Tonya Harding to Harley Quinn, on and on. It's not surprising here, based on who Margot Robbie is, that the subjects for films are often very strong women. Yes, it's not surprising that female characters are the focus of these films. Why? Because Margot Robbie feels very strongly about women in Hollywood and how they should be properly represented and properly heard.
There you go. I mean, of course, also, she's a woman. So she's making movies about things that affect her, things she's interested in. But yes, it's true. More and more people, I think, are aware and are trying to change the fact that too many Hollywood movies are focused on men, and women have many wonderful stories, interesting, fascinating stories to tell. Speaking publicly, it says, when she made a speech or in an interview, this is something she said before to people. Speaking publicly, Robbie pointed out that many women in Hollywood have to, quote, struggle for the right to earn a living and the right to be heard. I mean, it's true. If you look at the top jobs on most movies, most of those jobs are jobs that men normally do. So women really do still have a tough time getting into Hollywood, especially into the higher positions like directors and producers and things like that.
And Margot Robbie thinks that this is not right. So, through acting and film production, Robbie gives women stronger representation in the movie business, and that's certainly a welcome contribution. And here's this word representation again. It's a noun. What is representation here? Well, it's the state of being seen, It's how people see things or how they're portrayed. Now, here specifically, when we're talking about representation, we're talking about how things should properly be seen or how they should be seen in the proper proportions as well. For example, the course will examine the representation of East Asians in Western media. Yeah, how does the Western media portray or represent East Asians in the media? Good question. Anyways, that's it for our article on Margot Robbie, but we're not quite done yet. We still have the what do you think question to ask and then answer. Hey, Mike, what were you surprised to learn about Margot Robbie?
Well, I'd have to say I didn't know that she had such a sad childhood, or at least this terrible tragedy of the father leaving. I didn't know about that, or that she worked all these extra jobs in high school. But I did know that she grew up on a farm and life was tough, and I remember her kind of saying that she wasn't kind of a girly girl. She was like running around and getting dirty with her brothers and fighting and playing with them and stuff like that. So even though her childhood did sound like it was touched with sadness, it also sounded that she had a really good time, and she's always been a very active person, and I think it's doing her very well. I look forward to the movies she's going to produce now and in the future.
I couldn't have possibly said it any better myself. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't worry, we'll be back next time with more fun.
Is Margot Robbie going to be here next time?
Probably not.
刚刚说到 Margot Robbie 有接下新的电影企划，而那些电影都聚焦在女性角色上，来赋予女性更强烈深刻的描绘。毕竟好莱坞电影圈向来都是由男性居于主导地位的，他希望可以做出一些贡献来重新塑造好莱坞女性的形象。好，你就用到单字 representation 可以指代表，那它也可以用来表达表现或是描绘。Charles 老在解释单字时用到 portray 这个动词 portray 可以表达描绘、叙述或是刻画。好，那读到这边要帮同学们补充一个阅读技巧哦，也就是区分事实和观点。事实是根据真实情况嘛，你可以观察得到，也可以论证，它往往会有数字、统计资料等等，这个来源是可以查证的。那么观点则是个人看法、个人假设或是个人判断。假设我们说安全带是避免在车祸当中受伤最好的方法，听起来好像没有错，可是它真的是最好的方法吗？你讲最好，这样好像就其实带有个人观点了。也许同学们你可能觉得分辨事实和观点很简单啊，可是有时候呢，事实跟观点就是会混杂在一起，来影响到我们的判断。尤其是你在看新闻、看报纸、网络文章、广告还有历史书籍的时候，就算这个作者他必须忠于事实，他还是有可能会在里面放入自己的价值观。还有呢，在一些科学报道当中，他们可能会用一些字眼，像是 suggest 建议、indicate 暗示等等，那这就意味着那一些描述可能是根据某一些证据而来的，可是呢还没有被证实是正确的，所以这样的叙述它不完全是事实，也不完全是观点，就介在两者之间了。好，同学们，下次你在看新闻或是看文章的时候，可以特别观察一下，特别去区分一下哦。那么以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有2个，第一个是 while 加现在分词，第二个是 make ends meet。我们先来学 while 加现在分词。while 当连接词，它可以表达在什么什么时候与什么什么同时。那常见的句型是主词加动词 while 主词加动词。while 所引导的那个子句呢，叫做副词子句。然后另外一个子句叫做主要子句。当这前后2个子句的主词一样，我们其实可以省略 while 后面那个主词，再把主动动词改成动词 ing。例如 Some people listen to music while they study。有些人在念书的时候会听音乐。那句子里面的 they 指的就是前面提到的 some people。既然前后主词一样，我们就可以省略 they。然后把主动动词 study 改成现在分词 studying， 句子就会简化成 Some people listen to music while studying。 好，那最后来学 make ends meet。Make ends meet 是指使收支平衡，勉强维持生计。那这个片语是来自 make both ends meet， 字面的意思是使两端碰在一起。那其中这个2个 ends 指的就是收入和支出这2个碰在一起，引申用来表达说让收支平衡，以免入不敷出的语义。举例来说，It's difficult for her to make ends meet with her low-paying job。 她那份低薪的工作使她难以达到收支平衡，赚的钱不够，没办法跟日常生活花费打平。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们下次见喽，拜拜。
English in action. I'm Holly.
I am Shane.
All right.
So today's topic. 你干嘛老是找我麻烦？
不对，
哎
这样讲，你干嘛老是找我麻烦 ？OK， 那个 tone 要对，好不好
你干嘛老是找我麻烦
？Anyway， 我们就来进入对话吧。
？Okay, dialogue. Why are you always picking on me?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked it.
Always picking on me. What's wrong with you?
很好玩呢。
I don't like it.
Anyway， 今天的主要句子是 Why are you always picking on me？
所以 pick 其实是这个意思 ，pick。
就是去捏、去夹、去拿怎样的？
可是其实就是为什么在欺负我？为什么就是找我麻烦？
没错。
Right?
那还有什么句子可以代表一样的意思呢？
You could also say, Why can't you leave me alone?
Leave me alone 就是
Leave me alone
不要再弄我了 ，OK？ 你走开 ，OK？
你走开
你走开啦！OK？
Or you could say, Why are you always giving me a hard time?
So a hard time 就是一个 a difficult time， 很艰难的时间。
Hard 在这边不是 hard， 跟你的
不是很
头一样。
硬哦，是真的。你为什么要给我一个很困难的时间 ？OK？
Okay, so if you're having trouble saying something in English, then
靠我们就对了。Why are you always picking on me?
Why are you always picking on me?
Why can't you leave me alone?
Why can't you leave me alone?
Why are you always giving me a hard time?
Why are you always giving me a hard time?